This is the 15th Empire Total War video. This is when we need to make some decisions about what happens in Europe. We're approaching the turn end of winter 1702, and we will be going into the summer of 1703 at the end of this turn. Okay, I'm opting to sabotage a building with my agent this time. He certainly paid for himself, killing 2 generals and removing their troops and sabotaging buildings as well. I can't imagine that he's going to survive much longer with all these other agents around. You will notice occasionally if my buildings are on fire, that's because he's got an agent in there that you can't see that's blowing them up. Okay, just having a quick look at Hanover, see what they're doing. I know they're an ally and I know they're close. It's been tricky editing this one, by the way, so if it jumps a little bit in places, you shouldn't do it too much, just like that there on the green there. It's basically because I spent so long trying to trade technology with other nations. Look at this, Britain's coming in, giving me a hand, robbing him of one of the French fleets. That's rather nice of him, isn't it? Anyway, again, usual thing, just showing the British and the French because they're the local ones. See what's going on. Okay, see my recruitment. See my building that's been damaged over there. Okay, I'm just flicking through all of those really quickly. I've hurried up the video to get those out of the way. It's basically just telling you what you're going to find out anyway. This is another thing I've had to edit out so much. The number of times I've looked at my troops, looked at his troops, looked at mine, looked at his, counted them again, looked around Europe to find out what's going on. Oh, crikey, there must be half an hour of me just pondering this. And the reason why I've been spending so much time trying to trade technology, and I'm not showing any of that because half an hour of you watching me click on diplomacy screens trying to trade technology is just a joke, and I didn't get anywhere with it, so there's just no point in doing it really and showing you that. But what I want really is I want a square formation. I can't get it from anybody. that's the problem. And before I take on the French, because I know they've got some cavalry, they use hussars and things, I do like to have a square formation because it just blows them away really. You just expose your infantry somewhere, you charge his cavalry at them, stick them in square, and they're sorted and they're out of the way. Otherwise you've got some cavalry swanning around that can cause you problems in your flanks or take out your own cavalry, which means you've got to then submit your your more valuable cavalry. You just don't want to lose cavalry like that. Okay, looking down at what I can steal. Notice there that that's changed. Just highlighting that. Austria has that. I spent about 10 minutes looking at that as well. I couldn't believe it. Austria has taken Berlin from Prussia, which means that the technology that's available to me now is Austrian technology, which isn't quite as advanced as the Prussians. The Prussians tend to advance their military technology really quickly, which is going to be a problem for me now in this game because I don't have the advantage of climbing on the back of Prussia. Every time it develops something, I steal it from them. So I'll be stealing the Austrian one for now and see where we go. Just taking a look at my own technology. Well, I shall be soon. Looking at my school there. Well, I was anyway. Again, looking around Europe, like I said, you won't believe the amount of times I've looked around Europe to see what's going on. I just didn't want to take on that French army. There'd be a large French army off to the west, even if it's not large, it's small enough to do me damage. You can see that army that's come in has already damaged what is it? It looks like a farmland in front of it there as well, so that's going to cost to repair. He's forcing me to do something about it. He's left no men in Alsace-Lorraine at all, but of course I can't spread myself. I can't leave Flanders to go and attack Alsace-Lorraine or even Paris. Paris looks completely empty. There isn't a thing I can do about that. Looking over to the east a moment ago, you can see Hanover and Westphalia are building there. They are a threat. I do have to be careful with those. I'm hoping the balance of power, what with me being allied to Hanover and also to Britain, will deter Westphalia from making any direct attacks on me. Just having a look at the economy there of Alsace-Lorraine, wondering how worth it is to me if I do go for it. What can I produce there? How much money will they give me? The trouble is, it's going to take about 4 or 5 turns before I can make any money out of them, because you need to settle the population. I haven't got a massive amount of troops to enable that to happen, so it's going to take me a while to settle them. Just looking at the troops that he's got in there. If I don't attack him, he could go straight past and he could attack Flanders, siege Flanders, which means that it can't gain an income. So I'd lose income from my economy immediately. So I really have little or no choice. So why I spent so long pondering this, I really don't know. Just no choice, I just had to go for it. I did decide to bring some cavalry out, of course, though. I thought I'd need, because I'm fighting an open battle, as I explained to you, if anything gets off the field, then it can come back and fight again, and it can be a unit of 5 men, and it'll just go around destroying your economy by damaging places. Anyway, back to the Americas. As I said to you, I like to have troops. Again, I'm not replenishing those troops, so a limited number of troops, putting them into the port there, just to deter anybody from blocking that port route, you know, blocking the port itself, and cutting off the economy there as well. So, to me, it's more important to have my troops in the port than in the town, so long as I've got enough in the town to be able to tax it properly, or to avoid rebellion. Working out if I can tax yet and how much I'll get by putting in a limited number of troops. You can put loads and loads of troops in a place and then gain tax, but I mean, I'd need about 10 units, costing me about 150 each, about 1500 to get a tax of 200 and something. It's just not worth it. You're better off not taking the tax at all and getting your troops out doing something for you. This is another thing I pondered a lot, and I've edited it out because I spent a lot of time looking at this America's map, figuring out which is nearest to me. Mexico's a long way away. It's going to take, I thought it would only be a couple of moves. It's going to be a lot longer than that to get to Mexico and tie up my troops on a ship that I'm paying for while I'm doing that. So I might go for Guatemala. I might go for Cuba instead. But anyway, I'm still considering that. Anyway, overcome the cavalry to reinforce this attack. It means then that I've got something that's part of my army that can chase away any routing troops in the field as well. It means I've got more chance of destroying his army the more cavalry that I've got. So also I can white round and take out artillery. He does have his own cavalry as well, and if I have 2 cavalry units in there, then I've got more chance of taking his out if he decides to come round the back or attack me in the flank. Okay. So that's it for this one. You've missed lots and lots of diplomacy, I'm afraid, because I didn't want to bore you. You would seriously be. I was bored looking at it, to be honest. So I think you'd thank me for missing all of that out. Still weighing up the possibilities. Even now, there's a bit of pondering after I've cut so much. Just having a look what I can do with that, with my agent, looking around, see how he's highlighted part of the map there. Just to sort of look around and see if there are any other armies that could raise a threat to me if I bring my army out of Flanders. He's very close to me, by the way, so I can take it out and then put it straight back in again. So it's not as if I'm going to leave it undefended. What I'm going to be doing is possibly just chasing him away. He can raise lots and lots of more troops in Alsace-Lorraine. I don't have the ability to replenish my troops as well as he does, so I have to be very careful with them. So I really don't want to pitch battle with an army that can take me on. Just checking the ministers, swapping over, bit of an improvement there. Again, I'm going through my list at the end of each turn. Be nice if we bring that fleet out so I can get some money from that by attacking it. At the moment I'm deterring anything from cutting off that supply line of mine by blockading the British down the Thames there. Okay, again, looking round. I really was bothered about doing this attack. What with Westphalia, Hanover, Paris to the side, Alsace-Lorraine being able to recreate more troops. You know, bit of a decision to be made here. You'll notice, by the way, his melee troops have got an attack of 18 and ours is only 16, or 8 against 6 or something. They are superior to mine as well.